Welcome to MIA, Music and Interview Affairs. I'll be your host, Jess Tack. If you're a regular viewer of the WB Smallville, you may recognize this song from one of its earlier season's episodes. Remember when Pete decided to drag race through Smallville? Well, either way, this is Thousand Foot Crutch with Rock Fist here on MIA.
Throw up your rock fist if you're feeling it when I drop this. Show 'em how we blow the spot. Let's make it hot. The shotgun with the body rock till the party stops. It's time to take it up a notch and keep it locked for the headbangers in the parking lot. Here we come if you're ready or not. No time to talk 'cause we on the clock. Bringing it to your block. Let me show you where we coming from. It don't stop from LA to New York. Show me what you got now. All I know is what it did take to make this. All I am is what it will take to break this. All I know is what it did take to make this. All I am is what it will take to break. Light it up now. Light it up now. Throw up your rock fist if you're feeling it when I drop this. That's the sound when the rock hits. Oh, never know I might let go. Get ready, get set, throw up your rock fist if you're feeling it when I drop this. That's the sound when the rock hits. Oh, never know I might let go. Stop running me down, keep running around, I'm faking you out. Won't you just make it what you want it to be? About to find out what you're all about, I'm calling you out. Won't you just set me free? Stop running me down, keep running around, I'm faking you out. Won't you just make it what you want it to be? About to find out what you're all about, I'm calling you out. Won't you just set me free? All I know is what it did take to make this. All I am is what it will take to break this. All I know is what it did take to make this. All I am is what it will take to break. Light it up now. Light it up now. Throw up your rock fist if you're feeling it when I drop this. That's the sound when the rock hits. Oh, never know I might let go. Get ready, get set, throw up your rock fist if you're feeling it when I drop this. That's the sound when the rock hits. Oh, never know I might let go. Get ready, get set. That's the sound when the rock hits. That's the sound when the rock hits. That's the sound when the rock hits. Makes the sound when the rock hits. Throw up your rock fist if you're feeling it when I drop this.
House of Heroes is a three-piece set out of Columbus, Ohio. They put a self-titled album out on Goatee Records and then re-released that same album with a different title and 2 additional songs with mono versus stereo. They chose the title, Say No More, for the improved album. This next song, Serial Sleepers, is off that album. This is House of Heroes.
Keep the loneliness away. I feel the darkness anyway, and I wish for the dawn. Wake the dead. Serial sleepers slay with words unsaid. Oh, rise up, oh sun.
This week's featured band is out of Chico, California. Brighton consists of two brothers and a mutual friend who first started playing together in junior high. They've been touring around the country trying to establish a fan base, and I was able to catch up with them on their tour with Cute Is What We Aim For. Let's see what the guys have to say. Hey, Rider University, we're here with independent artist Brighton. All right, so you guys are touring with Cute Is What We Aim For.
Yeah.
How have things been going on tour?
Really well. The crowds are all really cool, and the kids are awesome.
We've been playing together for like, I don't know, like 9 years or something like that. We've been playing since like junior high together, just us three, but we didn't start Brighton up until like, I think it's been like 2 years now. So I mean, like the name Brighton has been around for 2 years, but we've been together for forever. So
It's king versus queen. What side are you taking? 'Cause I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting.
I sing and play guitar, and I started in probably 6th grade.
yeah, I play bass and I started around the same time. I think we all pretty much started around the same time.
And I'm 19. He's 19 and 21.
21,
so-
yeah.
Okay, so you guys are all like fairly young then.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys started when you were 10?
Practically.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much.
That's
yeah.
crazy. Okay.
Well, we all went to college for a little bit, but then when we started touring, we just decided touring was more important to us than any school. So
Yeah, like I'd never really thought about it. Like I never really wanted to go to college. I didn't know how, like I didn't think it was that important. And then as soon as we graduated high school, I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I didn't even finish a semester, and then we just went on tour. So it's kind of
How about for you?
I studied nursing for a year, and then they kind of pulled me out of it, and then I started touring.
I guess you didn't have much of a choice then, right?
No.
Chaos, we found safety. I will never find this love again. In all this chaos, we found safety. In all this chaos, we found safety.
I will never find this love again.
In all this chaos, we found safety.
I will never find this love again.
All this chaos, we found safety.
What kind of message are you guys trying to put out with your album?
a positive message, like talking about King versus Queen.
Yeah.
Well, the whole King versus Queen thing is usually kings are portrayed as like good and queens are portrayed as usually as evil, and so it's kind of like a concept of good versus evil. And we have a song called "We Chose the King," which is trying to say like we chose to take the positive side of life and try to spread God and spread everything positive in our life, because there's so much, evil in the world.
Okay, so you're not saying like girls are evil then with the
No.
queens?
Yeah, no.
'cause,
All
like,
right, I was gonna
in like
say.
movies and stuff, I always hear about like the
Evil Queen.
like in
Narnia.
Narnia.
Yeah. Snow
Good call.
White.
more things than that too.
Well, that was just the first thing I thought
All
of.
kinds of
Okay, I
things.
was like, make sure you guys aren't like sexist or anything.
No,
No, no, no.
Okay.
we love girls. That's for sure.
We love our girlfriends.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, jeez.
So how do you guys keep in touch with your girlfriends while you're out on the road?
On the phone like 24/7.
Oh, really?
In MySpace.
Nice face.
Yeah, it's hard, but we gotta do it. But it's
Yeah.
worth it.
Do they get like constantly like nag you, trying to like get you to call them, or
No.
are you
Well,
guys
they're
good
pretty-
boyfriends?
They're good with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're
We don't give
supportive.
them any reason to try to nag us, so we try to work with each other.
You said it to me once or twice tonight. I'll be the first to call your name. If I die tonight, I want your name written on my grave. Just go, let it go. You know now it's not a race, but don't let me know. I'm ready when you are, take me home. You know I shouldn't be alone. Tell me whether I'm right. Tell it to my face tonight.
Have you guys? When did you guys put this album out?
That's been a mess.
Yeah.
We're basically like doing it on our own right now. and then we're shopping it to another label. So within the next 6 months, it should be like ready to get into the stores and stuff.
We hope so.
Yeah.
But we've been saying that forever, so.
Did you guys have like a management or anything? That,
We
no.
used to, but just since recently we were all doing everything on our own. So.
oh, sorry, I was like, we need to rewrite bad
No.
memories.
No, no,
or
it's
anything.
cool.
Okay.
We have a
for-
good lawyer. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a really good lawyer.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
So have you guys made like gone any other tours before this one?
We went on tour with Isley for a couple months,
And then-
that was amazing.
And then after that, we went on tour with Waking Ashland.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so.
We've been
and
on
now we're
little
here.
tours, like bands like Lydia.
Yeah, we're on tour with
Really
bands.
good tour.
Yeah, so. We've done a couple
We're
tours.
just starting to get in the major market of touring.
So where's been your favorite place to play so far?
We always like New York because it's New York and it's
I hate
fun.
New York.
I don't know.
Not a big city person.
It depends
Yeah.
on what time of the year it is.
It's the driving.
If you ask now where our favorite place to play, it would be California.
Yeah,
If
for
you ask
sure.
in the summer, it would probably be somewhere out east.
Somewhere cooler.
You guys are from California? Is that
Yeah.
right? So what's it seem like out in California?
It's
A lot
crazy.
warmer.
The weather's good, but there's just millions of bands, and so it's kind
Yeah.
of hard to get a crowd. But once you do, the crowds are really cool.
Yeah, you kind of get like taken over by all these other bands that are coming around and everything like that. So people kind of like forget who they listen to.
Yeah.
The
So,
South
like-
is definitely the best place to
The
play.
Yeah,
Southern
for
people
sure.
are awesome. So.
Yeah.
Everybody we usually meet are really cool, but it just seems like the people there are more inviting, I guess.
Yeah.
Southern hospitality.
Temper, she's not fighting, but her pulse is saying otherwise. They couldn't find her heartbeat when you knocked her off her feet. Death walks grinning with his broken wings and pointing fingers at the chosen ones. Love have never met him, but the dead have met him once. The only thing left in you is a skeleton. She's gathering her laughter. How you gonna stop us now?
Really, now it's practically impossible to make it in the music scene. So hopefully something with that changes, like just people buying CDs. But I just think people should play what they mean and like what they feel instead of what they hear. Just try to do
Yeah.
something for
think-
yourself and for everybody else, but try to be original.
Yeah, I think bands need to treat each other more like community instead of like it's a huge competition because there's too many bands to even compete with anymore. So it's just like, you know, have fun with it and do it for fun instead of making money.
Yeah.
So is that like with the whole downloading music? What are your feelings about like illegal downloading and stuff?
I download music.
Well, yeah. If,
Yeah,
if any of
like-
us were to say anything negative about it, we'd just be huge hypocrites. But
Everybody downloads music.
slowly but surely, I think I'm gonna start buying more CDs. I bought 2 in the last year. I think it's getting better.
Getting there, yeah.
Does it affect like you guys at all though?
Yeah.
It does. Well, I never really noticed it until we tried to put a record out, and I noticed that our music has been on downloading things, and like I don't really mind just because we're not getting money from it in stores anyway, so it's good for people to hear it. But
Yeah, but
I could see if it was in stores and if 99% of people were downloading it instead of buying it, how that would affect us, you know.
Yeah.
yeah, for
So
sure.
I really do feel for the bands who lose money with it.
You can get anything you want online now, so it's like there is not a point to go out to like Best Buy and go buy it, you know. So that kind of
There are
But-
still the select few though who like to support people.
yeah.
I thank you.
Now I also noticed that you guys are all wearing like the same outfit as well. Is
Yeah,
there
this is the
anything-
first tour we've done that.
Okay. Is there any reason behind it? Or
Like we were saying, there's so many bands, so we try to do something different, maybe to like stand out, and
gimmicks maybe?
We just want to look nice.
we like looking nice, and we always like dressing up like for dances and stuff. It's always fun to dress up.
For
So we do
dances.
it every night.
Our mom made it.
Yeah, and our mom made.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she made the vests.
Wow. Is there anything else you guys like to add before we close out?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we're
guys.
good.
This is awesome.
Very Cool. All right, guys. Well, good luck with the rest of your tour and
Thank you.
trying to find a label and whatnot.
Thank you.
So,
Look us up online.
all right, we'll see you guys around.
All right, thank
Bye.
you.
Don't trust anyone anymore. Trust anyone anymore. The doctors say we're wasting time with hospitals full left and right. And I think we have another thing coming, wouldn't you say? Don't trust anyone anymore.
As you heard Brighton state earlier, they just completed a tour opening for the band Isley. In 2003, Isley opened for Coldplay. They are currently preparing to tour with The Fray. But what's so different about this quintet? Well, they all have the same last name, and 3 of them are girls. Here's Isley with their 2005 release, Telescope Eyes, right here on MIA.
Your humor means today, calling me out to play with your telescope eyes, metal teeth. I can't be seen with you, you see. Please don't make me cry. Please don't make me cry. I'm just like you, I know you know. I'm just like you, so leave me alone. I wonder, why can't you see? You're just not near enough like me. With your telescope eyes, metal teeth, I can't be seen with you. Please don't make me cry. Please don't make me cry. I'm just like you, I know you know. I'm just like you, so leave me alone. Please don't make me cry. Please don't make me cry. I'm just like you, I know you know. I'm just like you, so leave me alone. Please don't make me cry. Please don't make me cry. I'm just like you, I know you know. I'm just like you, so leave me alone. Oh, your humor means today.
What do you get when you mix rock and roll, hip hop, and soul? 4th Avenue Jones has the album to answer just that question. Stereo, Evolution of Hip Rock Soul, was put out in 2005 by Goatee Records. This song Stereo by 4th Avenue Jones.
It's just a lot of fun listening to that little, it was just this cheap little piece of plastic, but it meant a lot to me.
What's happening, y'all?
This particular song right here, I'm dedicating this one to my stereo. She's always been there for me. We're too materialistic, but one possession I prize is just my stereo. I got her when I was 5 after I wished it. Now all I need to survive is a simple stereo. She's with me when I'm feeling low. No one else knows. I take her everywhere I go. The only girl in my life when not the chick's this. Nobody that I confide in but my stereo. She sang Molly, we vibe, natural mystic. Until the day that I died, I love my stereo. She loves me when I have no dough. Totally broke. I take her everywhere I go. Well, my mother met her at a mall. I believe she had immigrated from Japan. On display, but they ain't never let her music play because her boss was a mean old man. And me and like kids dancing and rapping all around her, bumping that hip hop. But everybody love her in the ghetto when they start to groove. Whenever she be on the block to rock, come on. We're too materialistic, but one possession I prize is just my stereo. I got her when I was 5 after I wished it. Now all I need to survive is a simple stereo. She's with me when I'm feeling low. No one else knows. I take her everywhere I go. I should be thinking about you.
You better cut it out. Stop crying, shut your mouth.
Thinking about you.
Go home, leave us alone. Can't believe you cut me wrong when I had you wrong.
Thanks for watching MIA, Music and Interview Affairs. I'm your host, Jess Tack, and we'll see you next week.